That animated GIF sounds like something to sell about around the back of the CVS.
The stars are out.
Right, oh, she's probably like she's a bard, isn't she? So there's still beauty to be found in this world.
It comforts me to know that the stars will remain untouched by the blight.
I didn't actually meet you talk to her, that's not how we give gifts.
Down here, they will shine eternally, their light undimmed. There is a story about that cluster of stars over there. Do you know it? Elindra and her soldier?
Tell me the story.
A long time ago, there lived a fair maiden called Elindra. She had many suitors, but spurned them all, for she did not love them. One day, Elindra was sitting by her window in her father's castle, singing and dreaming, when her lovely voice caught the attention of a young soldier. Entranced by her song, the soldier drew near to Elindra's window. As their eyes met, he fell in love with her, and she with him. When Elindra told her father about the man she had chosen, he was furious, for Elindra was high-born, but her love nothing more than a common soldier. To keep them apart, he had Elindra imprisoned in the highest tower of his castle, and sent her soldier to the wars. Alas, not a month had passed before news of the soldier's death reached Elindra. Alone in her tower, Elindra wept for her love, and beseeched the gods to deliver her from this cruel world. So earnest was her plea, that the gods themselves were moved. They gathered Elindra into their arms and lifted her high into the heavens, where she became a star. The gods also raised up the soul of Elindra's soldier love, and there he dwells, across the horizon from her. The band of stars between them is a river of Elindra's tears, cried for her lost love. They say that when Elindra has cried enough, she will be able to cross the river to be reunited with her soldier.
Yeah, that was it Altair and Vega? Okay. Wait, this sounds like heresy to the Chantry. Look at Star Zima again.
This story is one of my favorites. A tale of a love so great and so enduring that it defies death and moves the gods to action. Sometimes I ask myself, does such a love exist? Can it exist?
If we lose hope in love, then we're truly lost.
I never expected you to say that. It is a pleasant surprise.
Why is it a surprise?
I have to say there is a certain severity to you. Finding a person behind that all is nice. Maybe you should let your softer side show more often. Sometimes following your heart, not your head, leads you to remarkable places.
Or gets you in a shit ton of trouble.
Looking for little old me?
Okay, each time I talk to her, is she getting taller or am I getting smaller? Okay, nothing, never mind. Right, how do we do this again? I need to go in inventory. Her. Oh shit, none of these are for her? Silver bracelet then? I have to do this again.
Why, thank you so much.
3.
Why, thank you so much.
See, she doesn't accept that, so we're gonna have a look to see what else there is. I am probably gonna have to load this and go through it again.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed.
Yeah,
Good to
see
have
your
you along.
wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy
So she
and
didn't
I have
like
collected,
the...
and with your discount.
In the middle of a sentence, she just goes, I wanted to mention that, were you standing in quicksand on purpose? Oh, anything else good? Right, let's get all of them then. Oh, my inventory's full! Shit. Oh no! I just need to figure out which one. Oh, why am I running back to where I didn't need to? What the hell? Oh no! The only thing we can give her is ugly boots, but she doesn't like that. Shit. We're going with the loads. So none of them. Yeah, the ugly boots. It takes away the progress I've made towards her having a positive affinity for me. Because we accidentally done that before. Like, oh, let's give it to them. Let's have a quick look to see what there is over here then. So, the other gifts I could get.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of it? I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Are we really getting a discount now? I don't like any of those. What about that one? Golden rope necklace? No. So. I can buy our backpack and wipe myself out of money. Shit. Oh no! Sugar cake. Oh, let's see what works. Go 1. I'll take a thoughtful gift as well.
The stars are out.
Oh shit, we'll have to go through this again.
It comforts me to know that the stars will remain untouched by the blight. That whatever happens down here, they will shine eternally. There is a story about that cluster of stars over there. Do you know
Tell me
it?
the story.
Elindran, one day, and when to keep Allah, they say that when Elindra has cried enough, she will be able to cross the river to be reunited with her
I'll
soldier.
never look at Star Scene again.
Sometimes I ask myself,
Love
does
original
such a love
lost.
exist? I never expected you to say that.
Is it a surprise?
I have to say,
Right. Okay, let's no, oh my god, let's try and get the right menu. Sugar cake?
why, thank you so
Ooh,
much.
5. Gift.
Why, thank you so much.
Okay. I think we found what we're after. I'll spend all my money. I'm trying to woo Liliana.
If there's anything I can do, I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your.
Oh my god, we've got a
discount.
normal camp review! Oh, I just realised why. How many do we think I'll need? Two of those. I'll get another two of those. Please don't turn into a stalker. Some weird person. I just want to give you some thoughtful gifts.
Why, thank you so much. Why, thank you so much. Why, thank you so much. Why, thank you so much.
Where am I maxed out? Oh, the cunning! Okay, massive cunning. Right. Talk to Sket. Stena looks like someone took a mallet and hammered you in the front. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Moment of truth. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. No. Speak to you.
I enjoy the nights at camp. The night
Gee,
always seems
thank
more
you.
peaceful to me. Safer.
Oh no! This game is gonna kill me. Oh yes, you were like, say it? Well, I was gonna say we're at perfect height for motorboating. I know what you mean. That's the only answer that we can give, can we? I know what you mean.
I feel the night grants us a reprieve from the troubles of the day. Silly, isn't it? The darkspawn never sleep, and they lurk in the shadows.
Jeez. Not silly to take moments to lay down your burdens. Yeah, just walk forward and give it a jolly good go. Give her a cat door.
I enjoy those nights when we stand guard together, talking to pass the time.
The
in those
one
small
time
hours.
we've been in
But
camp
I talk
after.
and you listen mostly. Sometimes I succumb and fall asleep and wake to find you still watchful. And I know you're watching out for me.
We could answer this so badly. You never have to feel afraid with me.
What I'm trying to say is that I trust you. I'm comfortable around you. I know you'll be there when I need you. You are our leader and my friend, and sometimes I think that maybe we could be more than that. Maker, look at me stumbling over my words like an ill-educated peasant girl. Some bard I am.
Oh, I think that one maybe. Don't change the subject. That's a little too like. Keep me embarrassed. Or it could go. We are more than friends. That was obvious. But it kind of sounds like I'm having a go at her.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm just flushed
Oh,
because
maybe that wasn't.
of the heat.
Well, there we go. We'll just be more than just friends.
Really? No one told me. You felt the same way and didn't do me the courtesy of informing me? You made me say all those things. Why couldn't you have said them first? Oh, you... Oh, how very awkward.
This is. What did I do wrong? You still like me, right? I know, how am I meant to be psychic? Someone had to say them first, it's just you got to it before me.
Why am I being such a baby about this? I must be a sight spilling my guts.
We got, so I like you and you like me. That's settled then. Your spilled guts make me feel loved and accepted. I mean, God, how is this? Where's our dwarf? Do we get like? Did you ever? Oh my! There's an old advert here where I'm sure there's a girl under the mistletoe, and there's a boy, and maybe wants to like wants to give a kiss because like it's, you know, mistletoe, you give a kiss underneath it. And it was, what was it? Was it for Yellow Pages? Which is a big old thick phone book they used to have. And I'm sure he went and got that and dragged it over and like placed it down and stood on it to give her the kiss under the mistletoe. Like, is this what's going to happen? Am I going to have to get like a footstool? Was that you kissing my forehead?
Well, that settles it then.
Oh, great. Do we have to wait? Oh, you're curious where that was going? Was that a good result or a bad result?
I'm here for you.
I didn't get the trophy. There's something missing. I need to talk.
Of course.
About us. Oh god.
Wait, you want to talk about us? Is there something bothering you?
You're the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Really? You think so? You're so sweet. I'm here for you. Of course.
Is that all that I get? Okay, let's go through our options. What are we doing once this is all over?
I have not given this a lot of thought. What will I do? A brief stop at the cloister in Lothering is in order. I left quite abruptly, and I should tie up loose ends if I can.
You're not staying there for good?
I'll not stay in Lothering for long.
10
My
things.
time in
How
the
do I
cloister
get
was
your
a time of healing, but I am ready to face the world again.
I'd like to see the world too.
There's so much out there. Adventures to be had and stories to be told. I want to be part of it all. I might need some company. And you're not too irritating. You're welcome to come along if you like.
Look at this bitch! You're not too irritating. Oh, fine then. I'd love to.
It is settled then. You and I wandering the world, seeking
Oh,
our
wait,
fortunes?
seeking our fortunes. I was, yeah, 20 questions, love for life. Can you mess this up? Has to be basically maxed in order to get the get it on option. Keep talking to her. I know! I thought we were in love! Well,
I'm here for you.
as much love as there's like, you know, I gave you a shit ton of gifts. It's Doc?
Of course.
Stradon, what would someone like you be doing in the Lord of the Rings Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
Doc. Ooh. You know, a beautiful, charming woman like yourself.
And there were no beautiful, charming women in the cloisters, you think? You would be wrong. There were many lovely young initiates in the Lothering cloister, all of them chaste and virtuous. It added to their mystique. Because then,
Oh.
they were forbidden, and forbidden fruit
You
is
so went
sweet,
after
no?
all of them. Brilliant. What about your fruit? Is it forbidden?
My fruit?
That could go either
I can't
way.
believe I'm having this conversation. But no, I did not take vows. The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
Why were you seeking safe harbor?
The Chantry does not pride, and you should. I desired time apart from the world. I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded
This
me
is
with applause
really
and
hard to
coin.
navigate this
And
conversation
my
without
skill in
pissing her off.
battles? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Yeah, I think it's been kind of going okay-ish. Maybe. You know, actually. Okay, we'll save back on that one. I don't need to keep that one, it's fine. Am I good to go while it's still saving? Yeah, I think we're maxed out. I don't think I have anything plussed
I'm
afterwards.
here for you.
Doc?
Of course.
You were a travelling minstrel. Do you have tales to share?
Of course I do.
Oh,
I
did they
love
all have their own
stories
personal
far too
story
much
as
to
well?
keep them to
The
myself.
quests.
Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Stories from Orlais?
Of course, Orlesians enjoy telling stories. I shall tell you my favorite tale of Aveline, the Knight of Orlais.
Sounds interesting.
A long time ago, a girl child was born to a farmer. He had hoped
This
for
is
a son,
staying
not
in the
a daughter,
background.
and so he told his wife to abandon the child in the woods. Before the cold could claim her, the baby was found by a tribe of Dalish elves who took pity on the poor mewling thing and raised her as their own. Aveline, for that is what they called her, grew strong and quick and clever under the guidance of the elves. She learned to wield a sword as well as any man, could kill a deer with an arrow at 100 paces, and was as graceful on the back of a horse as she was on foot.
Continue, please?
Avelin's Dalish guardians saw that she could easily best any Orlesian chevalier in battle, and wanted to show the cruel humans the child they had left to die. They bestowed upon her a fine horse and armor, and sent her to prove herself to her people in the grand tourney. Now in those days, no woman was allowed to take up arms, let alone compete in the grand tourney, but Aveline kept her helmet on and was not discovered.
She win it?
Aveline won many events and gained the approval of the adoring crowd. Eventually, she came face to face with the knight Kaleva in the Grand Melee.
Yeah.
Aveline had already bested him in the jousts, and Kaleva was determined not to lose a second time. Out of desperation to regain his honor, Kaleva tripped Aveline and tossed her to the ground, ripping off her helmet as he did so. Silence fell upon the arena as Aveline was revealed. Kaleva declared the previous competitions invalid. A woman had taken part, and this was not allowed. But the crowd cheered for Aveline. Kaleva was furious, for he had lost to a woman and was now being shamed. Blinded by his rage, he forced Aveline to her knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he, and slit her throat.
That's terrible.
The son of the king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Aveline's skill and bravery and began to see the injustice done to the women in his land. When he was made king, he rewrote the laws of Orlais so that women could also become chevalier. He honored Aveline and knighted her after her death. And to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Aveline the Brave, for she is the patron of all women chevalier.
Did you know any Ferelden legends?
I know one, told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth?
I'm going to say Metaflamus in the Kokari Wilds.
Are you sure? Was she the Flemeth of legend? Flemeth, the devourer of men? Flemeth, mother of witches? Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists?
She didn't really introduce herself as such.
Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you.
Was once beautiful.
Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing, she practiced her art. And then one day, a young poet named Osen came to the castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love.
Then.
Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari Wilds with the Chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle ran red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last
Jeez.
of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many chastened men, and with their help, begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Korcari wilds.
Big Darkspawn?
Chantry lore says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator.
I know,
But they were
Morrigan!
impure and full
We
of
heard this
sin.
tale of your mother.
And it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris.
I guess we already know that one. Another story what's here?
Which one?
Anything about the Dalish?
I have heard a little about how the elves gained their freedom from the Tevinter Imperium. When
Taint is a very
began her
unfortunate word,
exalted
yeah.
march against the Imperium, the elves joined her cause to fight their masters. The great elven leader, Shatan, born in captivity, rose up to lead his people. He foresaw a future where the elves were free. Shatan was killed when Andraste was betrayed,
Oh no,
but
that's
the elves continued to
a
fight,
name.
eventually breaking free of the Imperium. The elves claimed the Dales in the south and settled there in a land of their own.
Didn't last.
The elves lived in the Dales for centuries. They resurrected the worship of the elven gods and would allow the building of no chantry. This angered the chantry, and the hostility between the two factions finally broke out in open war. The
Look, if
chantry
you use
says
it
the
carefully, you
elves
can't
struck
have
first,
taint touch things.
but I do not know whether to believe it. The chantry declared a holy exalted march against the elves, named for Andraste's similar march against Tevinter. During the exalted march of the Dales, the elven cities were sacked, and the elven state completely dissolved. Some of the elves bitterly accepted their fates and surrendered to human rule, living in the human cities as second-class citizens. But others, still fiercely proud of their heritage, refused to bow to the humans, and instead became homeless wanderers. There were the elves of the Dales, the Dalish.
What do you know about Andraste?
Andraste was the Maker's chosen. The Maker had long since abandoned the world when the sound of her singing turned his ear. Beauty, grace, and wisdom enraptured him, and he offered to take her from this flawed world to become his divine bride. But Andraste had an earthly husband and would not forsake him. Instead, she beseeched the Maker to return to his people once more. So earnest was her plea that the Maker was moved, and promised that he would create a paradise on earth if all abandoned their false gods and turned once more to him. And this is why Andraste began her exalted march on the idolaters of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker granted her his powers with which to smite her enemies. Andraste brought the Imperium to its knees, and her victories converted many to the worship of the Maker.
How did Andraste die?
Alas, it was the frailties of men that betrayed and killed Andraste. Her earthly husband, Maferath, a chieftain of the Alamari tribes himself, grew jealous as his wife's popularity and influence overshadowed his own. She was also revered as the Maker's betrothed, and Maferath began to see their own bond waning in significance as Andraste became ever more devoted to the Maker. Out of envy and spite, Maferath made a pact with the Archon Hessarian of Tevinter, allowing his beloved Andraste to be ambushed and captured. Andraste was burned at the stake in Minrathous, the capital of Tevinter.
Tevinter has a chantry, doesn't it?
The Tevinter Chantry claims that in Andraste's last moments, Hessarian's heart softened, and he heard the voice of the Maker telling him to end her suffering. He plunged his sword into her heart, and as her blood washed over his hands, he became one of the faithful. Dissenters said that the Archon only converted because he could not stem the tide of Andraste's cult, and was forced to do so to stay in power. We will never know for sure.
Let's just move on. Shit. Okay.
I'm here for you.
Need to talk?
Of course.
About us?
Wait, you want to talk about us? Is there something bothering you? Really? You think so?
Don't think I'm getting it. Oh, let's try it. Let's try it. One more present. Step it over the edge.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. I'm sure.
One more. A thoughtful gift. One. I know it shouldn't be this difficult, but I don't know if it's I never had her completely maxed out. Like I thought I did, because it never increased the last time I used one of the things.
Why, thank you so much.
Like I don't get an increase there.
I'm here for you. Of course. Wait, you want to talk about us? Is this really?
Was it? Can kissing stage? An impatient novel? Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that tomorrow, I think. See what's going on with it. But I think everyone has their own, like, personal quest, do they? No. I would think of another game. I don't know. We have to leave and come back.